start of your Summoner's War journey. And if you fed them, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to break this video up into segments to start us off. This is what I'm calling the, "Aw, shoot, man, but it's not a big deal" segment. Number 10, Shannon. Shannon would not have always been on a list like this for me. I've had a history of bias against Shannon on this channel. But with the advent of Abyss Dungeons, honestly, I've warmed up to her. She can hang. She's kind of chill.
You gotta skedaddle. I didn't realize you were chill like that. All right, you're good. That dude was so sick.
She has a lot of valuable debuffs going on. She applies glancing on skill 1. She's got a slow on skill 2. But then she's also got a super valuable skill 3 where she applies attack buff and defense buff to your team. So if you're a new player trying to break into Giants, she's a great one to throw on your team. And you'll be surprised at how many floors you can clear just by the inclusion of Shannon. But again, she's a 2-star. So like, bummer, but not a big deal. You can always get another one. That's the good thing about most of these guys on the list, is like, it's not the end of the world if you fed any of them, really. So it's like, yeah, I regret it, but you'll have opportunities.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Number 9, it's Royd, the Wind Vagabond. One of the first monsters that you get in the game. One of the first 3. And he's actually really good, especially once he's Second Awakened. And you're gonna want to have the opportunity to Second Awaken him too. And that's why I'm saying that you'll regret it if you fed him. Though he, like the others that we talked about so far, the others just being Shannon, he is also a 2-star monster. He's got defense break, he's got provoke, and he attacks additionally, which I'm learning is one of my favorite clauses to be stapled onto a passive. Things like Dominic and Bella get me really excited. I love it when monsters attack again for whatever reason. I've seen people bring this guy into Giants. He gets a lot of use in Guild Siege too, and some folks like to use him in RTA, especially during the Special League seasons that restrict your use of Nat 5s or in 20-star. Number 8 is Bernard. This is the Wind Griffin. It can be kind of easy to overlook Bernard because at the beginning of Summoner's War, you're inundated with a bunch of support monsters, and Bernard is counted amongst them. But he's not a support monster in the traditional sense. He isn't healing you, he's boosting your attack bar and your speed. Now, where he really shines is Giants. We've talked about Giants quite a bit today, but honestly, it can't be overstated how important it is to nail that Giants team early on. He has defense break and attack break to both set up your damage and protect your team. But what's really cool about him is that he also boosts the attack bar of your team and applies a speed buff to everybody, so that way you'll get more turns. And something that I also wanted to note, because it bears mentioning again, is that the Water Rift Beast gimmick is not necessarily more HP, it's actually more turns. So when the Water Rift Beast puts a cap on you, Bernard can help cycle you out of it. Number 7. It's Alucia, the Water Fairy. Yo, she is straight up the natural predator to the app icon of this game. Like, Artemiel is not anywhere that Alucia is. If he hears that she's going to the party, he's not gonna be there. He's sick that day. She's got freeze, cleanse and heal, and a 2-turn sleep. She's a menace on Revenge, by the way. She's one of those monsters that never ended up being bad. It's just she kind of like cycles out of people's collective memory for a little while. I always keep one rune just in case I see an Artemiel. 6. Seek the Fire Hellhound. Seek is slightly higher than Bernard and Alucia, even though he's a 2-star and they're 3-stars, because he is actively used in Spiritual Realm. Probably the most effective way to clear the Spiritual Realm is with this dog, which is kind of crazy to say because, again, he's one of the 3 units that you get at the start of the game. The reason why he's so good is he applies an attack buff and a crit rate buff. That combination, especially in the duration that he provides it, is pretty rare. By the time it's over, he'll have this skill back up again. And in places like the Spiritual Realm where you need to crit, that's really important. And I think by now it's probably apparent that by regretting feeding, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's hard to get these monsters back. It just means that they can contribute a lot to your progression in Summoner's War. 5. Fran the Light Fairy Queen. Holy heavens to Betsy. The amount of people that I've heard have fed Fran by accident is off the charts. It's frankly way too many. 1 would be too many. But don't worry, I've got a solution for you. If you didn't keep the Fran that was given to you in the Summoner's Way quest line, she's available in the Ancient Coin Shop. The bad news about that is that you have to spend your Ancient Coins to get her. But to this day, one of the best supporting units that you can get at the start of the game. She's so good, in fact, that I still recommend that people 6-star her as quickly as humanly possible. Even though other popular and accessible support units like Riley, the Wind Totemist, have entered into the public mind, I still recommend Fran, because of how easy she is to get. You don't need to invest all that time into fusion. Though, that's not to say you shouldn't get Riley. Ow. I just heard my little finger on the desk. Immunity, attack buff, attack break, single target cleanse and heal. Great unit. And a backup speed lead. Look at that. It's all coming up, Fran. 4, Spectra. Bernard's spicy, brother. That doesn't ring quite the same way. Spectra is the Fire Griffin. And what Spectra is here for is very different than Bernard, because he's here for damage. Max HP damage scaling is the name of the game. Ever since the Abyss Dungeon bosses rolled up with stacks of HP, this sort of damage scaling has been way more valuable. And once you second awaken him too, that skill 3 gets even better. He also has the fastest base speed in the game, which is pretty cool because that means you can get more mileage out of your runes that have less speed. Because a lot of times if you're runing him for something like a Dragon's Abyss team, you'll probably want to put him on like attack crit damage attack or like rage speed crit damage attack, something like that. Check out the Dragon's Abyss video. He is also key for climbing TOA early. If you're struggling with one of the bosses, he's probably your answer. Number 3 is Prylia, the Wind Harpy. She is suddenly on some pretty solid speed teams for Giant's Abyss and others. So if you have one, it might be worth looking into. She has defense break on every single skill, and on one of them, the defense break is guaranteed to land if the target's immune to stun. And bosses are immune to stun. Our penultimate entry, Rakuni, the Fire Rat. Rakuni has like always been really good, but lately he's been suspiciously good. He's been so good that people have been asking for him to get nerfed. Like, folks have been banning him when there's a bunch of like LD5s next door, and that's insane. Hello everybody and welcome back to Summoner's War. My name is Come To Us Evan. Today we are doing some account reviews, but with a special twist. We just saw the release of the Challenge of Ascension and a whole bunch of other towers, so I figured what we could do is we could try to come up with some teams together, try to farm. I think that'd be really fun. I was currently doing some TOA, but I took a break because stream was about to start, so I wanted to make sure that I got to you guys on time. I'm in chat channel 10 right now. If you guys want some account reviews, that's where you should be as well. Novaspa, what's going on? Bananas, VD, Dudano, good to see you guys today. KXI, how are you guys? Motive, welcome. I challenge you to ascend. Man, I don't know. They need some different naming conventions. You know, we got the Challenge of Ascension, we got the Trial of Ascension, we've got the Dimensional Rift, which is not related to the Dimension Hole. We gotta have a talk with the team in charge of coming up with. I could come up with some names. You want some names? Dude, I got you. I got you on names. Seagozer says, hello, Evan. How are you? I'm doing great. Well, I thought I was doing great until I struggled to read the words, hello, Evan. How are you? And now I'm starting to reconsider just how great I am today. Maybe I'm tripping over my tongue a little more than usual. So just for your guys' record, by the way, I haven't done much on the floors. I actually wanted to save it for the stream. I think I tried the first floor of each one, or just kind of like threw a team together to give it a shot, but I figured it'd be more fun if we were to do it on stream. I also don't have a ton of scrolls, but I do have like 10th anniversary scrolls, some water wind scrolls, you know, and 43 mysticals. So we could totally summon a little bit together too. I think that'd be really fun. Richard Morales, what's going on? I'm doing great, Private Wings. I've had a very nice morning today, very low key, you know, started the day off with a call with Michael, who's my friend, coworker, and editor. He's great, talking about videos, making sure that the content that's coming out this week is good to go. Richard Morales says, I haven't even started the new content, never finished it in Chronicles. Well, now's the time. Though, granted, this isn't really like content that you're meant to finish immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was kind of the big difference between this content and like Trial of Ascension. And by the way, guys, I'm sure most people already know, but if you're new to the game as well, Trial of Ascension did reset today. So it's time to start that climb again. Even if you can't finish it, just do as many floors as you can. That's kind of the cycle that you want to go through. There's just so many good rewards in there. You don't want to like just let them linger. So do what you can, but we're going to talk about the Challenge of Ascension. So I don't know where we want to start. Oh, I guess I did 2 floors of water. I was probably feeling the water one. So what are you guys using? We'll be covering free-to-play teams for the Challenge of Ascension, right? I would love to. I would love that, actually. I think that sounds very fun. With that said, though, I don't think I did that yesterday, except for the light. I think light is actually decently easy to do free-to-play. Like, this is the team that I did free-to-play, and I think this did well. VD says, I love how difficult it is. That's good, because I know that content like this has a tendency to be a little bit divisive, right? And rightfully so. You know, like TOA Heck is already like super hard, and now here we are adding it. You know, my running joke is that like TOA Hell is kind of the thing that, you know, we thought we wanted. Yeah, we thought we wanted, but then we realized no. Can you show us some speed teams? Tree, I think that'd be awesome sequel content, like follow-up content. For now, I think that like we should probably just start with like free to play. This guy's pushing his coffee agenda down here. Cyphery says drink more coffee. That reminds me of eat more chicken. Can you by chance help with my dungeon teams? I'm trying to clear faster and more consistent. Absolutely. We can totally take a look at that real quick, but I wanted to see if you guys have any other suggestions, so I can help with dark in a minute. That's great. So yeah, floor 9 of light sent me to bed. Darian Molly with man and his boss. Oh my god, that's so... Are you serious? That's so annoying. I used Manon in my water team, if I'm being honest, and it was kind of fun. I've actually never climbed any content with Manon. I've never used Manon in a PvE sense at all, and then I used her in my team. Thank you, Nate the Grape. Appreciate you, dude. So yeah, that's a good team for like for light early floors. Let's check dark. Oh wait, sorry. Let's check dark out. What do we got here? So I think I just loaded up a team. I don't think this is gonna clear. Light and dark also are pretty nice for elemental. It's all fun and games till you get to the Gapsu floor in dark. Man, I rue the day that I have to fight a Gapsu in PvE content. So what are you guys recommending for this? I more or less just kind of threw a team together, but like I don't necessarily think this is it. We could also do something like a 2A zinc, but I like the defense break here. What do you guys use for like a healer, by the way? Because I just realized that I don't really have like a healer built on dark. I have beta, but I think that's about it. I have beta, but that's it. Hyannis beta for revive. I could throw in a Gapsu. We could use Gapsu. We could actually like use Gapsu to our advantage for this. Bring back marble. Oh my god, dude. Basalt. We could bring basalt into this. I think that would actually be really cool. So let's see water as well. I know I'm kind of jumping. People are saying basalt. I'll have to build a basalt. Believe it or not, I actually don't have a basalt built. Dude, I was using... This is not a free-to-play team. I was not using a free-to-play comp, but it did work. Let me tell you, it definitely worked. Like, that comp was actually kicking some major booty. I did like that. What do we have as far as free-to-play water units? Oh my god. Is this the return of Tark? Wait. Should we be using Tark? Bark for Tark? Hello? Basalt brings defense buff, so safer too, and attack bar push and provoke. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Sarab says, chat, is Tian Lang good? I pulled him, but can't use properly. Dude, Tian Lang is incredible. Congratulations on that pull. Yes, he's very, very good. Dude, we could bring Tark and Ikaru for double team up. Thoughts on this? Should I just auto rune this guy real quick? Should I just auto rune and see what happens? Auto engrave. What is he gonna put him on? Honestly, that's fine for what I don't like this crit. What the heck is this crit rate, dude? I don't like this crit rate, but like I actually don't even like that he's on attack. I think I'd rather him on HP. Stand by. Let's go see what we can do. See what we can do about this. Atsumi, what's going on? Versatile says Suiki would also go crazy. Do I have a Suiki build? I don't know if I've got a Suiki build. We can just throw him on. We can honestly throw him on whatever. I just want him to have more HP. Like, we can just let the auto engrave do its thing, but... And then I think while we're here too, I should probably auto engrave some artifacts. Oh, but they're both attack. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. For the sake, I don't want to hold up stream too much for that. So we could do that. And then someone said Suiki. Do I have a Suiki even built? Finished cooking. How about you? I'm doing great today. I do have a Suiki built, but he's not really on anything. Lazy Twitch Cat says, hey, humans. So are you just a bunch of cats that have like collectively figured out how to use a computer? Dude, why does his crit rate go up so much? This is like not exactly an ad for auto engrave. Like, I have to say. Actually, it's so funny we bring this up because we could do Theo for damage, actually. I'm trying to do this free to play, so Theo Mars would be a good option. Let's start with Suiki and then just kind of see. Water Hunter would go kind of crazy. Maybe Theo would be better. Guys, Theo or Suiki for this? Let's executive decision. Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna throw him on, and then we can go with water. Let's just try it and see what happens. I think I need top runes. Struggle is real. Yeah, I agree that this is definitely supposed to be... Hi, did the game break or something? No, I don't think so. How far have I gone into fire? I only did the first floor. I only attempted the first floor of each, and then I stopped because I wanted to like kind of explore this content with you guys. I figured it'd be more fun to do it on stream. So I paused actually. So let's get a count in stream chat. By the way, so how far have you guys gotten onto the towers? And which element? Like, which element did you get the furthest into? 15. 0, says Martian Empire. And Zach said that the 15 was on fire. Okay. Oh, Ezek says, because I can't play, my chat keeps saying that it can't connect. That means that it's an internet issue. It's having trouble connecting to the server. 5 light, 4 dark. Oh my goodness. Floor 10 of everything, but light stuck on 9. Only got to tower 3 and fire. Game freezes. Haven't even started yet. Dude, that sounds like where I'm at. Yo, this team's kind of fun. This team's kind of fun. Little Gat says, I still got to do regular TOA. Regular TOA is so important. Like, don't get too hung up on this one. If you can't do this yet, it's not the end of the world. Nobody can really go that deep into it yet because it's so new. Although I know that Sean and say Shizo have done some good work. Uh-oh, these guys cannot be crowd controlled. I think we should probably focus them first because that's the defense break. Where do I find the Challenge of Ascension? It is within the Trial of Ascension. So if you go to the scenario map, oh god, hold on, no, Ikaru, no, my Ikaru is dead. Is this a lot harder than TOA Hell? Not the opening floors. The opening floors are not that hard, to be honest. It's the it's later it will become harder than TOA Hell. How do I send my account for you to review? Is it a raffle? There's a site? No, so Gabriel, it's all in game. I'm just in chat channel 10. I'm just taking a peek at some of the towers first, some of the new Challenge of Ascension. And then after that, we'll just go over to some account reviews. Guys, I think this team, I think the Tark meme might be, I think Tark actually might not be viable. It hurts me to say that. It really hurts me to say it, but I don't know if Tark is the thing. Or maybe I need to do better than just auto-engraving him. So what I was doing, I was doing this, actually. And it was very fun. Like, I know it's not free to play. Like, the whole point was to do something free to play. I gotta say, though, this was low-key very funny. Like, to Manon AI is a different kind of satisfaction that I can't even describe to you. Like, I've Manoned people. Now I get to Manon the game. And I like that the game has to feel what it's made me feel when I go up against Manon. And I think it's kind of like a spiteful thing, but bringing her into PvE content is like so deeply satisfying, like for real. Anyway, hold on. So we'll come back to this. We'll do a little intermission right now. Hey Yugon says, I'm just curious on how to fix my Giants team. I want to make it more safe. Okay, so we can talk about that. Let's see what's going on. You've got a lot of Nat 5s. A lot of solid Nat 5s too. So if this is your current team, the simple answer is just reduce the number of multi-hitting units that you have on the team. Because right now you have quite a few, right? Actually, everybody except Veramos is technically a multi-hitter because Crow hits several times with his team-up ability. So like, I would take out a number of people. I would take out either Fran or Lauren or both Fran and Lauren. And then replace them with something like, you're already so speedy that it tells me that your runes are at a certain like threshold where you could handle bringing Galleon. So like if you have the water pirate captain, you could bring him instead of Lauren. He only hits once, and he has a non-hitting third skill. Yeah, that's why it's unsafe. Exactly. So it's unsafe because of all the multi-hits. So Fran and Lauren both hit 3 times on skill 1, so they're triggering the boss's counterattack more often. Naomi hits twice on skill 2. Crow, dude, if Crow brings Lauren, he's hitting 4 times on skill 2. So that's probably the issue. I would replace Fran and Lauren again with either Galleon and, you know, one more thing. Technically, at a certain point, you don't even need a healer anymore, right? Like, you could use Shannon. You could also just use something that does more damage. I would even go so far as to say replacing maybe Naomi or Crow, not necessarily both, with another max HP damage scaling unit. That's probably what I would say. Thank you. Thank you for the Evan is the GOAT. I appreciate you. You're so sweet. Could you help me with a better Steel Fortress Abyss hard team? And my Vampire Dogs team is terribly inconsistent. It's a hard team. I will say that like the content itself is kind of tough. So let's see what you got for Steel Fortress. So the Steel Fortress team does need something different than Vampires Walking Dogs. The Vampires Walking Dogs and what you have here for Punisher's Crypt is really good. For Steel Fortress, you actually need something that's got a little bit more consistent access to buff block. And for that, you have a couple options. So let me just jump in here real quick, just so that I can show you. So like, I use 2A Zinc, Second Awakened Zinc, right? He has buff block on every single skill, right? So block beneficial effects, block beneficial effects, block beneficial effects. So no matter what he's doing, he is like contributing it. So Dudano over on YouTube chat recommended using Swift Zinc. You can do Swift Zinc. You could also use Double Will Zinc. I opt for the Double Will just so that way he doesn't get stunned, right? Then you also want Ergar. Alternatively, you can also use Gina, the Dark Mystic. Where's my Gina? Guys, what did you do with my Gina? Stand by. Wait, is she not here? Oh, there she is. That's Silver. There she is. So you could also use Gina. Why Bulwark can't be used anymore in Challenge of Ascension? Someone asked. Can you not use Bulwark? I haven't tried. To be honest. So that's probably what you got to do. You need at least one more unit with access to buff block. Preferably it'd be Zinc, because again, he has no choice but to try to apply buff block every turn, and I think that's incredibly helpful, right? It's not on a cooldown. He just is gonna try it. I'm defaultly inconsistent. Red Soul, what are you inconsistent in? How can I help? Which part of this is inconsistent? If it's the Giants team, the Giants team looks fairly safe, to be honest. The only part that might be inconsistent is the Crow, because the Crow is scaling off debuffs applied to the boss, not off of max HP. So depending on the tuning, right, you'd really want him to go last on this team, actually. So you'd want it to be something like you'd actually want it to be Shannon, Bella Dion, then into Crow. Actually, because Crow can set up the brand, so maybe it should be Crow next, then Veramos, then the Wind Homunculus. I think that's probably the process you'd want it to go. I think that's probably where you'd want it to be. But you could swap out the Crow for another max HP damage scaler. So like Lynn, the Light Amazon, the Wind Ifrit, Akamamir, stuff like that. If it's inconsistent, I think that could probably help. Dr. Perp says, I changed my name so I could get an account review. Why did you change your name? What was your name before? Or is it something I can't read on? Is it something that would get me banned on Twitch? Why? Why'd you change your name? Oh my god. Grimalkin, Evan, they made more content that my account can't participate in. Dude, tell me about it. I'm so sorry. But don't worry, again, this is meant to be like this is meant to be a goal. Like, this content's definitely not meant to be something that like you're actively farming all the time. It's meant to be it's a measuring stick by which you check your progress, right? You come back to it, see if you can do another floor. And it's all the other thing that I do like about it, I will say, I like that we have another piece of content to workshop as a community. I think that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, I can't auto TOA normal 60. Dude, maybe we should try to try to help with that. But let me just review Dr. Perp's account first, because they said that it used to be a little, it was a word play, but it was a little sus. So let's just review this real quick, because went through the effort of changing his name. Guys, you don't need to change your name. Well, I mean, depending. If it's extremely sus, you know, if it's gonna get me like banned on Twitch or something, then maybe, yeah. But 25 seconds, bro, is so fast. Oh my god. 27 seconds, dude. These teams are perfect. Look at this. Oh, and the Vampires Walking Dogs team in a minute. That's awesome. And I cleared TOA normal 60, but your brain is gonna explode when you see my alt. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. 3 LD5 and a year days played. What? Only 367 days? So Dr. Perp, is this your first account, by the way? For having played for a year, is this your first account? Like, and you just know the game really well in that, and like you did some research? Because having this much progress in a year is, oh my god, yes. What? Dude is like secretly the lead developer of Summoner's War. Like, what the heck? What does that one say? My friend got me hooked last year, so I had to help. And, you know, YouTube helps. Absolutely, it does. This is what I'm talking about, where, like, the community comes together and helps. Summoner's War is a hard game, right? You need other people to help you. This is fabulous, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna jump on the island real quick. Let's see what you got ruined up. So far, this is a 10 out of 10 progress for me. A year, and every team is under a minute. Most teams are under 30 seconds. That's pretty absurd. And look at these fives. 4 non-farmable LD5s. Wow. That is pretty awesome. Oh, this is a really cool monster, by the way. I don't know if you guys are following, if y'all are following the summit. I think Thompson was using this. Yeah, Thompson debuted Audrey a little bit, actually. Speaking of which, guys, dude, America's Summit. It's this Saturday. It's the finals. The finals. It's in Los Angeles. What set is she on? Let's look. She's on Violent, but I don't know how much this is used in maybe he's using her in guilds, but yeah, probably using her in guilds. 2,316 defense. Dude, this thing's gonna hit like a truck, and it's gonna proc, and it's 125 on a full set of Violent Revenge. That's awesome. 10 out of 10 progress, dude. That's amazing. Like, truly. For 1 year, truly awesome. Zach's Evan do me. Okay. I'm gonna work my way back. So, oh, Evan's a cool dude. That's so nice. Tips for a more consistent GB Abyss team. I know we just talked about that, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Oh my god, dude. This has got to be bait, right? Look at these. This has got to be bait. Like, look at these monsters. This is absolutely bait. Right? In theory? Is this really not consistent? Because this is incredible. Like, this is actually what I want my team to be. I want a Deborah. If it's not consistent, if it's not consistent, I will eat my sock. Like, actually. Not actually. I'm not going to do that. I don't have enough socks to do that. You've seen, for folks who are here to see Stoic's profile picture change, where it was just a picture of me holding my foot up, and it was just a massive hole in my sock. I'm not in a sock position where I can justify losing one right now. And, okay, I might be able to auto TOA normal 60, even though Lala is brain dead. What is TOA 60? TOA 60 is Asima, and she is what is she surrounded by? Oh, guys, by the way, like, oh, with the bombs. Yeah, so honestly, if it's with bombs and dots, like, Vero can cleanse that stuff, dude. Vero is your best friend for this. If you guys are ever struggling with TOA as well, I just wanted to highlight again the copy function that they recently added. Like, this is new. Like, this is new. Pretty new. It's like as of last week, 2 weeks ago. It's like you can now just straight up copy a team, and I think that's so helpful. It's amazing. Oops. Sorry, guys. I just adjusted the window of the game. What's up? Come to us. Hey, Stoic. Dude, I was just talking about you. That's crazy. I was just talking about your profile picture where it was me with the hole in my sock. Okay. I'll be summoning 700 scrolls. Wish me luck, dude. Good luck. Wait, I have like 50 scrolls to summon. Should I summon real quick? Hold, please. We'll save those. We'll save those for a second. Let's just do 3 of these. Okay, so what I really want Chakra, the Wind Indra. Like, I really want Chakra. I want Cigar. Oh, Mi Yang. Dude, I love Mi Yang. I already have one built, but I really like that monster. I think she's so fun. Dude. Is his name Aquila? Or something like that? I forget his Awakened name. He's cool. I think people, I think his buff from a long time ago that gave him an extra turn after using his skill 3 was actually really solid. Clark Gustafsson. Dude, I am tripping over my words today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Clark, you pretty much just missed me just doing that all stream, to be honest. Just me not being able to get a coherent thought out. That's basically what it is. Duamutef. not loving Duam. Well, actually, you know what? When I one day get a Wedgeat's gonna love eating that guy. Woo, he's gonna love eating him. Come on, let this be Chakra. Oh, I'm missing 3 LD pieces, and I'm not getting a lot of lightning here. Maybe I should like try to find some LD pieces. All right, we've got 10th anniversary scrolls. I love these things. Let's see if they love me back. Oh, Dover. I already have one, but that's pretty cool. So they do love me. That was pretty nice. That was very sweet of them. I already have one though, so you know that's fine. That's cool. I already crafted my LDs. Back to chat 10. Bane says that's your favorite unit? He is kind of cool. Evan, like demons, is this some sort? Oh, Evan! Oh my God, Owl! Oh, y'all are so sweet. Y'all are funny. Evan OP, thank you. If you can help with my dungeon teams, they're not quick and consistent. Okay, let's take a look at the Duders account. We need another 200 10th anniversary scrolls. I completely agree, Tree. I would love 200 more of those things. They're my favorite scrolls. They're so good. And what's really fun about them too, like this is so selfish, but from like a script writing perspective, like for like YouTube videos and stuff, people have gotten a lot of like LD 3 stars and stuff. So it's kind of given me flexibility to kind of add in a few more like, you know, oh, here's Shaman, here's, you know, Joltan, you know, stuff like that. Like that's the sort of thing that I really appreciate from it. So, you know, I feel like that's a selfish reason to like them, but I like it because it's giving other people LD 3 stars that are otherwise hard to get, you know? So it's like, oh, I can finally just recommend Shaman. So if you're ready to speed up your teams a little bit, right? Like this team looks almost too consistent. Like I think that's the problem, right? Like you want to speed this thing up. Sigmaris's HP damage scaling is actually not the best for whatever reason. So like Veramos scales better than Sig. So what I would recommend doing is just push Vero up to be your leader. You could even take Sig out. You could take out Crow if you were so inclined as well. And if you have some of those monsters that I actually just mentioned, you could totally do something where it's like Veramos is your leader. Then you could use like Lynn the Light Amazon or Shaman the Light Griffin. I have seen people use Spectra. I'm not as big of a fan of Spectra in this dungeon, but I get that he does apply attack buff or attack debuff rather. And he can also like reduce attack bar, add slow, yada yada, that stuff. I prefer like the Wind Homunculus and the Wind Ifrit, stuff like that. That's how to speed up your Giants team. As far as your Dragons goes, I would actually put Crow in instead of Sig. And I think that might help. Because I think what's happening here, there's 2 reasons why you want to add Crow. Crow with the brand makes your other units do more damage, but he also pulls Lauren. And if you pull Lauren, it's reducing her cooldown time on skill 2. So you don't need to like wait as long if she misses the strip or uses it at the wrong time, right? So that's the reason why you want Crow on that team. Stoic says, I pulled Helena last night for the 4th time. I have to keep this one now. Who says you have to keep this one? Dude, if the game keeps giving me pung bakes, I'm gonna keep feeding pung bake. I'm never gonna build it. Like I do not want a pung bake. I just don't want one. This is a good question. Ray Redding on TV. Oh, sorry. It's actually Ray Reddington TV. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm like this today. Just came back to the game with the new 10-year events. Is it really worth getting Teshar from the event if I'm free to play? Don't think I want a 30-second team. I think so. I think you actually just answered your own question in the last bit there. If you don't want a 30-second team, Respiro just caught me off guard. Sorry. If you don't want a 30-second, hi Respiro. If you don't want a 30-second team, you don't need one. We're at a state of the game where consistency is definitely more important than speed, because you can do 30 runs at a time. So like, if you don't care about doing 30 seconds, there's no reason to necessarily get Teshar. You could get something that is like gonna help you in RTA. Like you could get a payoff monster, right? Like the way I view it is like Teshar is an investment. Teshar helps to speed up your comp so you can get more runes, right? You could also get a payoff monster, which is what you put those runes on, you know, something that you bring into RTA. So you could do something like that. Or you could get Leo, something that's very important, and you're not sure if you're ever going to get one otherwise or how long it's going to take you to get one, right? You get Rika for TOA, Charlotte. And also, if you need more help too, I did actually make a video on this as well, and it's on our YouTube channel. It's called Which Nat 5 Should You Choose or Should You Pick? Something like that. It's a really good question. And Versatile saying Teshar's overrated, needs some really good runes. I'd go for someone like Leo. Yeah, I think Leo's actually pretty decent because nobody does what Leo does. Like he could seem a little bit boring. I could see him being a little boring, but truly he's a really good monster and nobody does what he does. Is that a 343 on the Necro or is that 143? I'm having for whatever reason I'm having a hard time reading that today. I think it says 3. If it says 3, then something is definitely amiss here. Something's definitely wrong. Let me jump on real quick. 343, thank you for that confirmation. I picked up a Ganny from this event. Yo, that's kind of sick. Ganny's so good. I love that we're still picking Ganny all these years later, like, to be honest. Okay, so this might be the issue. Hold on. I think I might have found... Let's chill for a second. I think I found the problem. But let's just hold for a minute. Where is literally everybody else? Okay. Where's Aster? Oh, everybody's very slow. Okay, so that actually... So I thought the speed tuning was off, but everybody is actually just a little too slow, I would say. So I think what's happening here is that, like, I think you're just getting interrupted by the boss too much, maybe? Like, in theory, you want your whole team to go before the boss does. Because we're running the same team, essentially. Mr. Sassery says, hello, Daddy Evan, how are you? I'm doing great, dude. Thank you. My dislike runs a little deeper and won't be shared here. Wait, what is your dislike towards Stoic? What is it that you dislike? And yeah, and also Aster has to be the strongest so the boss steals her first. Yeah, so something's amiss with this. Let me go back home real quick. Where's my Abigail? So essentially you want your team to be faster, right? So it's like it's okay to... I don't know if the speed tuning is off. I didn't quite do the math on that. But essentially, you want it to be her moving first. You want Abigail, the water cannon girl, to move first. She can be Abigail now. I just haven't... She doesn't need to be, so I didn't dump the resources into her, right? After that, you want your Ikaru to move. And then, ideally, your Raok. And then, lastly, your Shaman. Where's my Shaman? Dude, my monsters are all over the place. Right? And I totally forgot to even mention Aster, Lapis's spicy sister. I think if you speed up your team a little bit, I think you might actually have better results, because right now I think the boss is interrupting you, and then he might kill something, he might take something. It's too much. Oh, the new content based solely off my own opinion. That's from Stoic. Okay, dude, you know what? We'll talk. We'll talk. We can, dude, I'm seeing you this weekend. We can talk this weekend. That's crazy. Bring magic, by the way. Of course, but, you know, I know you will, but bring it. She doesn't need accuracy, says Martian Empire. No, why? What's mine's accuracy? Oh. Oh, that's so funny. I guess not. I guess not. I guess is yeah, what accuracy? I guess not. Oh, that's so funny, dude. Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, no wonder she doesn't land defense, Brandon. Honestly, dude, she's okay. Like, I don't think you need, to be totally frank, like, accuracy is fine, but I think it's the least of your concerns, if we're being honest. I'm already asking you to, like, make her the fastest on your team. I'm already asking her to crit. I want her to crit, right? And then it's like, she's gonna break the shield. If she applies defense break, amazing. That's a nice little surprise. But if she doesn't, it's not a big deal. I have Ikaru, I have Rauk, like, we're fine. We're good. Thank you, Ricky and Vicky. I said, Evan's such a vibe. Appreciate you. It's like an accomplishment. I don't know how I got her down to 0 accuracy. I think it's definitely something that, like, you don't need accuracy, you know? You don't need it. If you can get a little, like, dude, more than 0 would be incredible. Like, oh, that's so, oh, okay, let's move on. Let's leave that behind. So, Sephiroth says, yeah, I have Rika for the free 5-star, but I'm having second thoughts because I have a lot of dots now. So did you take her? Sephi, did you take her? One Winged Angel played? Oh, he got it. Okay. Let's just take a peek and see what other dot units you have. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to have more dots, right? You know? Because, like, she works well with things like Sath and Tatu. So you can run Rika with another dot unit. I don't think... Oh, GZ Evan. Oh my god, you've got a Marna. Dude, I've wanted a Marna for so long. I think this monster's so sick. I think he is actually so cool. Right? Like, guys, this... The music is really good right now. This monster is so much fun. Like, he's kind of a cheat code for a lot of PvE content. You could even run him in something like raids. This isn't a passive. It's a skill. He's just got really good skills. And he's got a brand, too. Yeah, this monster's kind of hot. I only use my Amarna in Labyrinth. Yeah, you could bring him in a Labyrinth, too. Like, that's sick. I don't know. I really like that. Where's my Baseball Superstars account review? Dude, AJ Sunburst. I wish I could give that to you. I really, really wish that I could give you a Baseball Superstars account review, but I cannot. So with this, guys, I am actually pretty confident in saying that I don't think you're wrong for picking Eureka. Like, I think this is fine, and also your TOA team is gonna be lit. Oh my god, look at this. I didn't even see you had Varad. You, like, this is a super nice TOA auto team. Like, you just set it and forget it, right? Like, you're just like, just farm the floors. You don't even have to think about it, right? Like, Varad, Rika, like, you can do something like a Dark Homunculus would go really well with this team to, like, reduce the cooldown times. Something like that. Respiro, yeah, I could rate your island. Wait, your island? What's on your island? What's on your island? You got me worried. Specifically your island? What did you put on your island? Evan, can I get some help with a sustainable, faster Necro team? Yeah, let's talk. Like, the default team that I recommend, like the one we just talked about, has a lot of room for improvement. Oh, but is this an LD only account? If this is an LD only account, then it might be... Oh, no, it's not. It's just a lot of LDs. Dude, it's just a ton of LDs. You know that's like a statement when I open your profile and I'm convinced you're an LD only account because of the sheer number of LDs you have. Oh my god, did you build 2 of these? What is this guy's name? Why did I forget his name? I made a whole video about the weapon masters. Benedict. That's it. Benny. The Benny Gesserit. Yes, that's it. Benedict. That's Benedict, come to us. Oh, guys, this is a fun time. Thanks for hanging out today. Are you so like I'm a little confused right now. Are you transitioning to like being an LD only account? Like, are you trying to do like something right now? Is the Wind Weapon Master worth building? Oh, Jean. Yeah. I love the Wind Weapon Master. If you're interested in like, if you need a wind damage dealer for RTA, he's still so good. He's still, I built mine speed HP, and then I have a lot of attack in the subs. Like as much attack as I can. No crit rate. For whatever reason, people expect him to crit. He doesn't need to crit. He truly does not need to crit. Truly. Dominic is better than Benedict. I'm sorry to say. That's why I'm so sorry that I forgot his name, but I think it's a testament to like, he's got room to grow. Let's just say that, right? Like he has definitely room to improve. So it's like, you know, yeah. Anyway, I think it's cool. Also, as far as you asked for help on speeding up your Necro team. Your Necro team is really fast, by the way. Like, I mean, 54 seconds is good. Necro is always going to be like kind of on the slower side because you have to break the shield. The only thing that I could really see is swapping to like an attack 38% lead, by the way. So like if you did happen to get Abigail or something like that, you could put her as the leader with 38%, unless there's a reason you specifically need Emily. But like Abigail would basically do it and give you a 5% bigger lead. I know that that's kind of like chump change, but that's kind of at the point that you're at, and that's an achievement. So that's kind of a win in and of itself, is that we're kind of like just picking at even these little things, right? Let's keep going. Grimalkin. While you're on Necro, can you check my team? It's so slow. It's like 120. Dude, 120 for 30 runs? As long as it's consistent, my guy. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Toei, hello? One Piece? One Piece fan? Maybe. Dude, it's... Oh, this is the fastest. This is the fastest it's been. Wow. I like your speed teams a lot, by the way. Guys, so question for chat. And this is me as someone who is not... Oh, Dude, I watched it at breakfast this morning. I was watching some One Piece today. I'm fully caught up on the manga. And I'm caught up to... I did hit the wall on the anime as well, but like I haven't been keeping up with the new arc. I'm kind of like letting it build because again, I've read it, so it's like, you know, I'm just kind of letting it build up, so that way I can watch Egghead. Anyway, get back to Summoner's War. Like honestly, if the team is 120, as long as it's consistent, I think this is okay. Oh, you just got the spicy sister yesterday. We love Lapis's spicy sister. Oh my god, Martian Empire. Look at this island. This is awfully pretty. Very pretty. Like, I'm pretty sure this is fine. Oh my god, this is so... Dude, I'm so embarrassed right now because, like, you managed to get the 100% crit rate and 100% accuracy. And I have 0. Oh my god. That ain't right. That ain't right. Oh, I'm on global server right now, Captain Bub. I'm on the global. I could move over to Europe if we'd like to, because I know I've spent quite a bit of time. Alternatively, we could jump back over to the towers. I'd love to see the towers again. Consistency is king, truly. Like, if you wanted to... Oh, I never asked my question. I had a question for chat. How does Deborah, like, help in Necro? Is she a big help there? I'd imagine that she would be. But, like, the thing about Necro is that, like, typically you're, like, down a unit in the beginning, right? So you're already running 4 over your 5. Deborah doesn't really, like... She's there for a passive, right? So, in theory, you'd be down 2 units because she isn't really contributing a whole lot. That's why I'm wondering. That's where the root of my question is coming from, right? So for people who haven't seen Deborah, because I know we've got some new players, she basically increases the effectiveness of defense break, right? So it's kind of gnarly. I don't have one. So I kind of like live vicariously through people who do, but I'm curious about how useful she can be in Necro. And I feel like it's like she could, but like it's a little risky, you know? I don't know. I really want to see Evan's tower teams. Mine aren't working. So I was planning to build them like today, you know? I wanted to like build some with you guys today, but I'm also happy to just do account reviews as well. But like I wanted to like work on that together. I haven't played much of the towers. I wanted to save it for stream. Nice evolve on the Liam. Lots of Necro questions today. So many Necro questions. Wow, this is a new account. Also, this is a good build for a Necro team this early on. Just by the way, this is very similar to what I used to run. You might just want to double check the tuning, right? So you want Fran to move. You want Fran moving first. You want Lauren. Then you want like probably Rauk. Then Lapis, then Crow. But that is actually a good team. What skills should I put on the Wind Homunculus? Let me just show you the path, since I'm right here. So this is the path to do if you're trying to do the max HP build. This last one, defense breaks. It's so cool. So you can't make my Necro Abyss team work. It is definitely tough. You want multi-hitters all over the place. You want if you're using something like that we just showed with like Lapis and Fran, Lauren, you do want your Fran to move first so that she can either apply the attack buff or hit 3 times. Then you do Lauren, she's gonna hit 3 or 2 times. You have Rauk move next. He'll team up to make sure that the shield is broken. Lapis will attack, then Crow. Like that's kind of the idea. I think there could be a case made to like swap the speed tuning with Crow and Lapis to have Crow move first and then Lapis, but I think at that point it doesn't matter too much. Evan in chat, help. What's the better pick for summon? What are your options? Anyone know the minimum accuracy requirement for Necro Be Abyss Hard? Oh, dude, isn't it 0? Isn't the accuracy required? Isn't it 0? I was hoping that it was 0. Oh, but you know, I wish I had an answer for you, but I'm rocking it with 0 to be honest. Specifically with Abigail. Specifically Abigail. Other units I do have some accuracy. Oh, so chat, anybody interested in me jumping over to Europe server, or are we happy in global? Is there anybody on Europe that wants me to jump over there? What does your team run with 0? Should we see, like, dude, if it fails, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. But like, let's just do it. I mean, I was just running it yesterday. EU, can you hop on EU so you can watch my island, says Respiro. Like, okay, so we got her moving, then Ikaru, then Rauk, and see it somewhere down the line, wait, she's landing defense break. See, I'm telling you guys, I had no clue she was on 0. Like, she's landing defense break. If Stoic's still here, like, dude, he knows accuracy res. It's an illusion. Look, every single defense break. She hits so many times that, like, one is probably going to go through, right? Is Ascension theory crafting still on the docket? Yeah, I'd love that terminology, by the way, dude. Yeah, I would still be down to do it. She only missed 1. Right? Dude, she's amazing. And she has 0 accuracy. Like, nothing. Oh, so she missed 1 here, right? So but Ikaru's there to kind of bring it in, right? Like, why does she need to land it if my Ikaru can land it? See, that's the thing is, like, you know, in recommending this team, it's like we're already demanding so many stats, right? Something's kind of got to give. And oh, that was a bummer that he dumped skill 2 on the shield. That was kind of a bummer. Okay, somebody break the shield, please. Okay, thank you. There we go. See, yeah, more damage, to be honest. Like, is there accuracy on artifacts? Andrew is asking the right questions. Andrew is asking the... Whoa. Oh, of course. Of course. Oh my God, I'll deal with this later. I'll deal with that later. That's... Of course, dude. Let's see. 6%. Let it be known. Minimum accuracy is 6%. All right. Not bad though. So you see what I mean? Like I had no clue that she was on 0 accuracy. I had 0 clue, to be honest. I think the most important things is just that she moves first, that she can contribute damage, and that she just doesn't die. You know? Oh, and I raised 2 fingers for the contributes damage because crit rate, crit damage, right? So it's like fastest, contributes damage, and doesn't die. Like, you know, then if you accomplish all those, then we can talk about accuracy. Then we can worry about accuracy, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. Guys, so keep your questions in mind, right? Keep your questions in mind. I'm going to swap over to EU and just, you know, even if I'm not looking directly at your account, try to see if we can maybe like take some cues from these questions, right? Like, or from these answers on the EU. Also, guys, make sure you're using Command Festival if you're on Twitch. Command Festival will bring up the registration link for the Summoners Festival that's happening this weekend. And also the link for that is in the description on YouTube. And that's going to include the finals for the Americas Summit, and then the Americas, or rather, not the Americas, the Summoners Festival proper is the day after on the 19th. Chat Channel 10, EU server. Dang, Evan's brain won't go boom. Wait, Dudano, I'll jump back over. I want my brain to go boom. So please, I'll go back. Please, Dudano. I need it to go boom. Okay, Respiro. What is on your island? Are the finals going to be streamed? They are. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, this is pretty, dude. I like the spirals. Look at this. This looks nice. This is exactly like what I want to do. Actually, this is very similar to what I want to do on my island. I just haven't given time to it. Oh, can I give you tips on Asima though? Yes. Where is your Asima? Let's talk Asima. Oh, this is actually, so I love the way that you've built her currently. I know that some people would say like, oh, we need some more crit rate or whatever, but it's recently come to my attention that you can sometimes Douglas Asima. You can sometimes do Douglas against Asima and like just defeat her that way. So like, I like that you built some attack into her because like she does need it because she can falter to a Douglas at times. So I actually really like this. I think your accuracy is really good. If you can't get any more crit rate, like meaning if you were to add crit rate, if you would lose like accuracy, I don't think I'd necessarily do it because right now you've got a really good balance of stats. I'd love to hear what chat thinks, but like to me, I actually think this is a solid Asima. Let me just check those artifacts real quick. And skill 3 accuracy and crit damage on that's great. So you said no, look on the bottom left. Is this the bottom left? Oh, it says Evan in a heart. Oh, Respiro. That's so nice. Oh, dude. That's so sweet. That's very nice. It says Evan in a heart. That's really nice. Dude. You guys are so nice. Dude. I'm gonna cry. That's really cool. I'm not gonna cry. You're crying. I'm not crying. Nice to see you again. Thank you for the tips. I made a lot of progress thanks to you. Let me look. Dude, you're welcome. I'm so happy to hear that. Bane. Y'all are funny. What's the best way to rune Vanessa? Please and thank you. I can show you how I have my Vanessa rune when I jump back over to Global. I like her on Violent. She's not like lacking on damage. 27 days, dude. Look at this. Already doing a sub 1 minute run of Giant's Abyss hard. Running Dragon's Abyss. Super solid time on the Necro one too. Oh my god, dude. I am so proud of you. Like, you have made very stellar progress. Very stellar progress. Look at this. Edwin says, Evan, are you usually in Global? I am on the Global server normally. I'm jumping over to Europe right now just because I try to contribute at least a little bit of time to the Europe server because I know we've got a few folks in here from Europe. So I'd love to try to help him out. The only thing that I see an opportunity for on your Steel Fortress team, by the way, would be one more source of buff block. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Like if you throw Airgar in here too, it might be more helpful. Might be helpful to you. But you'll have to kind of experiment around with that and see how it goes. That's awesome, dude. Congrats on the progress. Can you help me with some arena defenses, please? What is your current arena defense? Chiwu, Feng, Annabelle, and Dominic. Let's take a look. YQ Fast says, "Hey Evan, I want to thank you for streaming and making everyone's day just a little bit better. We all appreciate you, dude. That is so kind. But I gotta tell you, I benefit from these too. I love getting a chance to talk with you guys and do this. Like it makes Wednesday and Friday like really fun and special to me. So it's very nice to have this opportunity. You know, it's definitely like a two-way thing. You know, I'm really happy to hear that, and I'm glad it helps you guys. But I really appreciate getting the time to like hang out and chat and, you know, have discussions and like, you know, occasionally have like fun discourse. You know, I know we were like having the conversation last week too, and I was like, that's so fun that we get the chance to do that here. I've already forgotten why we're looking in here. Oh, it was arena defense options. That's what it was. Okay, let's peek. So we got Camilla for that. I kind of like Camilla for the crit damage reduction. Because the main thing that I wasn't a huge fan of on the comp was frankly just Feng, you know, because Feng is extremely lutionable, right? BRB making an Evan fan edit on TikTok. Dude, if you do that, please send it. Please send it. I'd love to see. Flax, what's going on? Let's see if there's any like cool LDs to like. Oh, I just got this, actually. I just got this fairly recently. I actually don't know how good, strictly speaking, she is. She seems annoying. Like, every single skill is a big heal, right? Like, look at this. All allies, recovers the HP of all allies by 10%, and it goes up with skill ups. The HP of allies granted with beneficial effects is recovered additionally by 10%. Then she heals here. Then she heals here. Like, dude, she seems extremely annoying. And that's kind of cool. She creates a shield. That's what it is. It's not a heal, but she makes a shield. Like, that seems very obnoxious. In a good way. Okay, so I think there's two options that we just got to choose. Wait, Seth, is Audrey just a storage guardian? My only LD5. That's the second time that she's come up today. Audrey being the light macaron guard, right? She is not a storage guardian, actually. You should check out the Americas Summit, because Thompson used her. She was just used in a tournament. She's actually good. She's very good. If that's the right one, right? That's Audrey. The other one's not Aubrey, right? I'm not like... Sometimes, you know, Summoners War sometimes likes to double down on name schemes. Or sometimes triple down, like with Grego, Gorgo, Grogan, you know, and all that stuff. She's good, but Gapsu is very good against her, so Stoic. That's true, because he also does true damage. Does Evan have a thing for Aubrey Plaza? Says Bane. No. That's crazy talk. So here's the thing that we just got to decide with this comp, right? Like, so if you're going for arena defense, we just got to choose. Do we want to outlast? Do we want to make something that's going to seem kind of annoying? Or do we want to try to steal turn one and disrupt them? Because stuff that I noticed... I did notice that you've got a couple speed leads. You also have things like Cigar, so you could try to like interrupt, like cut in. I just don't know how reliable something like Cigar is on defense. Alternatively, you could try to just outlast them and do something with like Chandra as like a speed lead and couple it with a couple things that can outlast. You can use Camilla. I wouldn't go too far into water after that. Then you could bring like a Tyrannus to try, and this is all in the outlast strategy, right? Even a Ladriel, but I'd prefer to get some fire in there. Do we have like a tanky fire monster? Oh, this is a tanky fire monster. I was just criticizing like Feng Yan for being a defense scaling monster, but like this could actually potentially do something about that too. Like if you make this fast and then it defaults to skill 3, I could actually see that as being really annoying. I could see that as being extremely annoying. Oh, and then if you do opt for like a cut-in strategy, like again, like I think it's a little bit, there's more variance on that, but like you could just do like speed lead, cigar, damage. Like you could do something that also includes like the fire demon. The fire demon is actually pretty decent. I just got a pung bake. Don't know how to rune him, says Flax. Dude, I'm not the person to ask. I've fed every pung bake I've ever gotten. Don't take that as he's bad. He's actually very good. I just don't love him personally. But chat's got you on that. I know that chat can help you with that. Scazzy, Evan, look at my account, please. You got it. Is there anything in particular you need help with, or you just want me to take a peek? Because I'm already impressed. Like, I'm not even, like, in the account yet, and I'm already impressed. Look at that. This is good. Although my only question is the Necro team consistent? Because I know sometimes folks struggle with the twins. I like the use of Brandia, although there's a Drunken Master in here, and I'm curious about that too. So I just have a question about those two. Like, that's it. Is the new TOA only for TOA hard or TOA hell? Rage Pung is okay if you have enemy team who focuses both res. Yeah. So, the new TOA is basically you can take it on, but it's not something that's gonna reset on you. It's something that you can like try to just measure your progress against. So there's not too much stress if you can or can't do it yet. So that's my only question for this account: is Necro safe and is Punisher safe? I think that the Drunken Master might be throwing me off a little bit, but and also the Fran, by the way, because you don't necessarily want to use monsters that are going to reduce the attack bar of the boss. And Fran actually reduces attack bar in skill 1, because the boss of Punisher's Crypt is a little bit like it's opposite day. Attack bar reduction skills actually increases attack bar. So that's why you want to just make sure not to bring those. If you need a healer instead, you could use Colleen, like technically, but ideally we'd get to a point where we don't really need a healer, you know? Like, ideally. But otherwise it's looking really good. Big Fish, can you help with Giant's Abyss? Please, Evan. Okay. So Slivtra was the 13-day-old account last time. And I was really impressed with the 13 days of progression. And now I'm equally impressed with your 27 days of progression, by the way. Like, it's pretty great. So, Giants. So we're going for, like, a speed team here, right? Like, the presence of Lucian is telling me that you're trying to break that wall from, like, the starter team into a speed team. The only thing is that there's still remnants of stuff that is, like, from the starter. So Riley is very much, like, holding you back in this case. She's going to slow the team down, and she's a little too safe for what the team is wanting to do. I would also try to, like, maybe take inspiration from, like, the Teshar comp, even if you don't have a Teshar, you know? Like, just see what it's trying to do. Like, for instance, like, triple fight monsters, like in... because I know that Konamiya is built on the triple fight too. The Wind Harpy is also on triple fight. And then you run like HP damage scalers. So the Wind Homunculus and Shaman are both really good for that. I like them both. I think the Wind Homunculus really adds that level of safety, because if the boss applies defense break on everyone, it doesn't matter if the team wipes. He just comes back from the dead and just kills them. Yeah, I think the Riley is going to be slowing you down too much, though. I think that's one of the biggest point of improvement, right? I think I'm about to sneeze. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, maybe. No. Could you also review my runs for dungeons? Yeah, actually, absolutely, Rispiro. You've got a very similar team to what I'm using, except I'm using a second max HP scaler. I'm using Shaman instead of Tion. Whoa, this is a fast dragons team with Teor. That's pretty cool. That's not even like the Kyle comp. This is just something of your own creation. I like that. So it's like, instead of using where Spectra would be, you're using Teor. I think that's so good, by the way. Like, iterating on like starter teams, because you know a lot of like starter teams, you want to take the tenets from it, but you don't necessarily need to abide by it 100%. And what I mean by that is that if you've summoned a damage dealer down the line, it's like if you have a Taor, you could like reasonably replace a monster with a Taor, with something that you have on your account. So I like that. I like that flexibility. And of course, Necro is looking good. I actually really like your dungeon teams. These are looking really solid. Those are looking great. DB12 needs to be faster. Yeah, and that can come in time. And you can also research like the Kyle team if you want, something like that. Okay, guys, hold on 1 second. We're swapping back over to global. Swapping back to global, I'm going to check out Dudano's comp. I want to have my mind, or the account, I want to have my mind blown. And then maybe we could do like one more floor of a tower. I would love to do like, maybe we could do fire together, because I don't think I was doing a free-to-play team for fire. We could try to like workshop that together. Chat channel 10. Chat channel 10. That's the place to be. Dudano lead. It's the account with this account. Okay, wait. So it's the account that has a weird restriction. What is the restriction? I'm using unawakened Melia in TOA 70 LMAO. So what is this? So what is the restriction you're going with? Is it a certain star account? Is that what you're playing? Is that what you're playing with right now? Is a star rating? Figure it out. It's pretty obvious. Oh my god, 12 minutes. 12 minutes is crazy. Okay, chat, let's see if we can figure this out. I noticed there's no leads. Oh, there is no lead. Also, your name is Dudano Leads. There are no leads anywhere. So no leader skills at all. No leader skills, because Riley's in here, so that means Nat 5s are allowed. But you're not allowed to use leader skills. Whoa, dude. That's a pretty big hindrance. That is a really big, like... I don't know if I've ever seen somebody tackle this before. Wait, are you going so far as to, like, feed units with leader skills? Because none of these have leader skills. No way. Oh, my God. And you got Chakra. Chakra is perfect for this. Fran, Lauren, Verd, and Vero are banned. Oh my god, does this... You straight up fed the monsters that have leader skills. This is so gnarly. This is a really big restriction, dude. And how's it been going? Yeah, I would have chosen Chakra for this one too, because he's actually got like... He's got a great passive for this. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, if you got an LD5, I mean, I guess since this is an alt, right, you can feed it if you get one, but holy heavens, dude. The commitment to the bit. Wow. Yeah, the commitment to the bit is absolutely crazy, because like there's nothing in here with a leader skill. Nothing. Wow. I'm impressed, Dudano. Like, this is a 10 out of 10 restriction. Like, that sounds so difficult. Because those units are straight up off limits. Like, I was thinking like you just weren't going to use a leader skill, but you straight up feed them or don't even get them. My mind is blown. My island has pixel art to the left if you want to check it out. Yeah, let's go look. It is. It's a Summoner's War Nuzlocke, actually. Oh, it's Minato. Or Shun. Actually, I think, is it Shun? Shun? I think it's probably, it might be the light one. This is really good. Or it could just be Killua. Yeah, it's Shun. Awesome. It's hard to tell. It's either Killua, Shun, or Minato. So, Cool Cole says, can you please check out my account? Whoa, 2 ways only plus Teshar? I love getting a chance to look at these. Whoa. Let's play for one more day. Scary number. 110. 110 on Giants, looking good. These are got all the starter teams here. The Necro team. Necro can be kind of rough, right? So it's like might want to just double check the speed tuning here. Like you want Ergar first, then Fran, then the twins, and lastly Shaman. Like that's kind of how you want the movements to work. The only thing about this is that these twins deal so much damage, and there's reflect damage on the way up to the boss. So there is a chance that you might lose your twins before you actually get to the boss phase. That's the only word of caution I'd give. I'm a big fan of like running the dogs here. So like Raok, Ikaru, Crow. You can, or if you've got Aster, Lapis's spicy sister, you can run her here too. And then you can just take out Fran, because you actually don't necessarily need Fran since you've got Ergar's third skill. That's what I would say too. And then, can I get defense advice? Let me look at your defense. It looks like kind of if they outspeed you, it's going to be a problem. And I don't think this really has too much setup, if you know what I mean, unless we got Perna to strip someone with skill 2. Let's just see real quick. I know we've already... Okay, let me look. Oh, my back. I don't mind the Vanessa. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of Vanessa. I really like trying to outlast people in Arena rather than trying to outspeed them, but I don't see a ton of ways to do that just yet. This might be something we revisit with time. Maybe it's the best we got for now. Unless we just take out Ciara. Is it the Ciara I have a... Yeah, I think so. Salty H2O says I wouldn't focus Arena at that stage. I kind of agree. At the state of the game that you're at, I don't think Arena's that big of a focus for you. I actually think that Arena's like priority got dropped down way lower when they made the change to make it so that the towers, the arena towers, were instead linked to your progress. So now instead of arena towers, we've got the skills that you're leveling up in the background, right, as you level your account up. So I wouldn't necessarily prioritize arena defense. I would prioritize arena offense. And you are in a state to talk about arena offense, right? Because I mean, you've got Kaki. You could do a Kaki cleave. You could do a variant of the Kaki cleave. I don't know if you have a Galleon built. I might have missed it, but if you've got a Galleon, he works really well with this team. But really, truly, the answer right now is don't worry too much about arena defense. Arena defense is not a huge priority early, or at this state, you know? I would wait a while. Deuces says, hey, can you give me advice, please? It's Stellar says, Evan, why you so OP? I wish I had the answer. I don't know. They haven't nerfed me yet. One day I'll appear in a balance patch and they'll be like, we nerfed Evan. And hopefully they're not talking about the Dark Steel commander, because he needs a buff. Sirs Luke says, sup Evan, how we doing? How the account reviews coming along? Great. Today it's been great. I'm doing great and the account reviews have been really fun. 18 minutes and 39 seconds. So that's telling me that everyone else died except for Riley. That's what that's telling me. Okay, here we go. They're buffing my base stats on the next one. Oh, thank you. You're like a vibe buff. Thank you, Martian. So I feel like I'm recommending this a lot today, but take the Riley out. I'm not a big fan of Riley. I think she is definitely an option for sustainability. But, dude, the boss can't kill you if he's already dead, you know? So I think we take out the Riley, and instead we put in something like, you know, if you still want a healer, you could do Belladionne. I think Belladionne's great. You could even take out the Lauren if you want, and you could do Belladionne and Shannon. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I think that's a really good place to start. I think you'll see an improvement just through that. But if you want to get even deeper into it, you could take out Naomi and instead put in like a Kamamir or Shaman or Spectra. I have seen people use Spectra. Guys, tell me, chat, do we like Spectra and Giants? I've said it before. I'm not a big fan of it in Giants, but I think that's a good place to start. Is Brandia still good for Rift 5? I need help. If there's a content that has a big single target, if big boss and you can apply a lot of debuffs, Brandia will generally still be good. Generally speaking. Yeah, you could still bring Brandia. I actually use Brandia for my level 5 for my R5 team. And I actually use her in, I think, Light and Wind, I think. What exactly do you need? Is it just your Brandia that you need help with? Yeah, you could totally still use her. I actually still use her. I don't know if you guys want to, I don't know if you're curious about this. My, oops, sorry, misclick. My, oh, I forgot. I got to load in. I got to do a whole thing to go through it this way. Sorry, guys. Stand by, please. I haven't done a BJ5, like, raid in so long with people. Does anybody still do, like, BJ5, like, with 2 other people? Do you guys ever raid with people? So this is what I use. So this is, like, my R5. Bye, Dudano. Unless you were saying bye to somebody else. Yeah, I help random people sometimes. That's cool. I'm glad that some people still do it. So this is what I do. Like, I just run 2 basically starter ones. Can I see her runes? Yeah. I don't have a ton of crit rate on her. I focus on crit damage, but like, so it might behoove me actually to try a crit rate lead one time, but honestly, it does 30 runs. It does the 30. So like, I don't really stress too much about it. Like, truly, guys, consistency over speed, always. Consistency over speed. The Dias. The Dias. I build based on your advice, to be honest. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like, get as much crit rate as you can on her. Like, I have her at 79, so I round up and just say 80. You know, I say, like, but closer to 90 for something like her is really important. But you could always round that out with a lead. So I use a res lead, a defense lead, and an attack lead. You could totally do like a defense lead, attack lead, and a crit rate lead, and then boom, that would make her like even more consistent. But you should totally do R5. Like, if you're not doing R5, a really good way to just improve your progress is by doing it. Like, sometimes just getting those grinds is so important. Can you review my account? Please, please, please. I think I'm stuck. I know that feeling. I really know that feeling, and it's not a fun one. And sometimes it just helps to have a fresh pair of eyes on your account. I notice you're not quite doing Abyss hard on Necro yet. Are you doing? I think your focus right now should actually be TOA hard. I don't know what 86 is right now, or rather 87, because you've cleared 86. I don't know what it is this month, but we can check that together. Does anybody know what 87 is off the top of their heads? I stopped at 79. I haven't done 79 yet. I think. Or did I stop at 80? I might have stopped at 80. Oh, and that was normal. I wasn't even thinking about that. It's the chroma floor last time. Okay, so I think your main focus should actually be clearing TOA hard, and I bet you can do it. Let's go in real quick and take a look. Third Nerd says Summoner's War is one of my favorite games. IMO, the official guides and stuff like that is so cool. I'm glad you, dude. I clearly love this game. Like, I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I very clearly love this game. It definitely means a lot to me. Just scrolling through, seeing what you've got real quick. You have some fun units, actually. So what I'd like to look for first, I love using Tyron, the water sylph. You do have Tayor to like freeze people too. That's actually kind of nice because he does have a freeze on skill 3. Yeah, Tayor is actually pretty lit right now. Tayor is really good. Like, he got suspiciously cool out of nowhere. You know what you're going to focus next is TOA. Heck, that's awesome. Just taking a peek through real quick. I think you go with something that's like a little bit starter-y in the sense of like, I think you bring Veramos, Fran, I think you bring Veramos, Fran, Lauren. You can even do Verd plus Tayor. And then you've got crowd control in the form of Veramos and Tayor. Then you have attack bar reduction in Lauren. And then you're refreshing your cooldowns because Verd is cycling you. there is room to include a Rauk in there as well. Like if you wanted, you could take out Taeor and do Rauk, but that's true starter. Like that's a super starter team, but the reason it's like a starter team is because it's good. I still use that team at times. Like him reducing your cooldowns through the team up is really great. I would just change up his runes. I don't know if he's got, okay, so he's on Fatal. I would change him over to Violent, make him like speed crit damage HP or speed crit damage attack. No, it can be TOA. It can be TOA hell. That's fine. I don't know why. I think I do TOA heck. I say TOA heck is kind of like a meme, you know, that I keep the videos family friendly, even to an you know, a goofy extent. Even though technically there's nothing wrong with saying it because, I mean, it's in the game. If you wanted to get like kind of weird, by the way, you could also do like a dot team. Like you definitely have the means to do some dots. Right? Like you've got Gina. If you wanted to second awaken a Sath, you could do that too. Oh, and also Spectra, by the way. So that same team that I mentioned, the one that's like Veramos, Fran, Lauren, Verd, and second awakened Rauk, you could take out the Rauk and put in Spectra. And then like that would really take down any boss. So like generally speaking, that team is good for everything except for two. I think the Achroma floor. Actually, no, it can also do the other way. It could also do the Dark Phantom Thief floor. I think it's really good for everything except the Achroma floor. I'm stuck in TOA hard. Can you help me? Yes, we were just perfect. We were just talking about that. Oh, this is the account that I said that this looked transparent. You remember that? Is TOA 70 Veramos? Oh, it's Chiwu. What's going on with Chiwu on this one? Wait, TOA hard 70 Chiwu? Is that Chiwu? Wait a minute, maybe I'm looking at something a little wrong. Something's amiss here because I'm looking at TOA hard 70, or unless it's showing me the right one, right? Yeah. Something's amiss. I don't see the Chiwu one. Granted though, the strategy should remain the same. I don't think Chiwu is going to be too disruptive for you. Yeah, I don't see Chiwu as the floor 70. Maybe something's a little off. Maybe it's 60, 70, 80, 70. Oh, maybe they're talking about last month. Is that what you mean? It might. Oh, it might be. That there you go. That's what it is. Thank you. Sorry about that. So yeah, it is from last month. So I don't think that with the Chiwu floor though, I think I can still try to answer the question as best I can. I actually think that the team that we were talking about with like Tyron lead, Fran, Lauren, Verd, Rauk, I think that team should be able to do it. You could also splash in like Veramos if you need a little bit more AoE crowd control. But like generally speaking with that floor, crowd control is still going to be king. So if you can like CC everybody so that way they can't attack you back, you should be okay. You control the side. Lauren keeps attacking the boss, defense breaking him and reducing his attack bar so he never actually gets to the point where he's attacking you. Tyron's got everybody frozen and he's reducing their attack bar with skill 2. So I think that's actually generally the strategy for a lot of bosses with a few exceptions. But like, I think that's actually the recommendation for that one. Oh, I changed my bad. No worries, dude. No worries at all. Sorry, that really confused me for some reason. I totally forgot that like I didn't even think about last month. Free Runner Lee says, I'm struggling to clear a lot of PvE content. Could you take a chance? There's a 99.9% chance that I'm hungry. Dude, me too. I had a great workout yesterday, actually. I went to the gym with my friend after work, and it was great. Like we worked out for like over an hour, and it was quite a bit. It was very high intensity. So this looks like you're clearing. Oh, but you're not advancing to hard. I see. So you've done Abyss normal for these. I know we've already discussed these changes like a few times, but just to like really hammer them home, guys, For the Abyss hard version of Giants, I really, really wouldn't recommend using Fran and Lauren and Crow. Like, that combination is kind of a killer. You can keep one, or you could even keep Crow, right? You could keep Crow, and you could keep Lauren. But I wouldn't run all three. And the reason for that is that now when you're ticking up the boss's counterattack, he attacks everybody. So that counterattack is devastating, especially if your team is, like, defense broken or anything. Hopefully they won't be because of Veramos, but, like, truly, 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 I would only use one, or I'd take out all of them. And in the starter phase, I'd use Bella Dion and Shannon, plus max HP damage wherever you can get it. If you're doing like a speed team, that's a different thing. We can kind of take that out instead, but like that's where you want to start with like Giants. Then for Dragons is looking good, to be honest. I think this is actually pretty solid. Just double check the speed tunings right, you know? If you've got it going Lauren first, then Crow, your 2 damage dealers, and then Verd last, then you're good. And then this bottom one here, I saw a comp that looked like this earlier today, and it was just a little bit slow. So like the boss was just cutting in. You might just want to make sure that everybody's like, they're fast enough to not get cut by the boss, and that your Astra's the one getting stolen as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, that was a good stretch. Dude, I'm sore, like, all over from that workout. Like, I can't believe it. It was really good. So I hope that helps, Lee. Like, oops, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to look here. You've already done TOA as well. Like, I'm hoping that helps it. I don't think you're struggling too much. You clearly have a good idea. You clearly have, like, a good idea of this. What's the background of the stream? It looks really good. Dude, that is so nice. It's the 10th anniversary image. It's one of the 10th anniversary ones. And, like, here, check it out. We can even move it around so you can see a little bit more, right? So our Tamiel's up there too. Like, look at that. There's so much here. I usually do this so that way we can get the Tartarus boss and Elia peeking out there. And then we also have this one too. I just don't run with this one as much because the gameplay will block it, right? But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. I really like this one too. Okay, really need help with Dragons and RTA. Wait, we haven't talked about RTA at all today, have we? Did you say Dragons and RTA? Dragon and RTA. Yeah, the art team does, they go so hard. They're so great. The art team's fabulous. I believe there's going to be some members of the art team at the Summer's Festival, by the way. What are you using for Dragons right now? Honestly, you know what's going on here? It's just Galleon. It's just the Galleon. Like, so the problem here is that, like, you have the defense break, but you don't have anything that can remove the immunity from the boss. There's no strip on this comp, and that's the problem. So you've got the defense break. You're probably going to land the defense break, but you don't have enough damage to capitalize on it and destroy the boss before he gets cleansed and the immunity goes on him. So what I would do is I would take out the Galleon entirely, put Lauren back in. Truly. Like, Lauren's so good. Like, for this content specifically, she is amazing. Like, if consistency is the problem, that's probably why. I think that's what's going on there. And then let's talk RTA. Let's take a look. What do you got that could make a fun RTA team? I'm just gonna jump over to LDs real quick just to. Oh my goodness! Good googly moogly. Oh, where's Jug? Buff Celia. That's so funny. Is there anything else? And you've got a Gapsu too. That's great. So I love, obviously, like, Yanhong is so fun. I think we could try to build something off that. It should be noted I see a Layla here too. Okay, so stand by. It should be noted that Yanhong works great with, like, some snipe comps, you know? Oh, and you've got Zibala here too. Zibala has something else that, like, Yanhong has, right? He's got a super fast base speed and a way to boost up somebody else. So let's keep that in mind. Like, we got Yanhong and we have Zibala, who both have an opportunity to boost at the beginning. Martian Empire TV says, is Gapsu worth getting? 100%. Gapsu's so good. Like, he's kind of tearing it up right now. Like, he's got true damage on skill 2. He's got an effective passive. He turn cycles, right? a little bit at a time, but it's turn cycling. Whenever somebody heals, there's a ton of incidental healing out there right now. Like if you look at the Onimushas, they heal on skill 1. Look at Verd, right? Verd heals on skill 1. Rakuni, like Riley, all these monsters just heal. Okay, so we could totally do something that's like a crowd control team. You could also try to go for like a bruise, like just a classic bruiser team. But what I'm seeing right here is like an opportunity to do like Yanhong, Zabala. You could even bring like Savannah if we're so inclined. Tomoe, Karnal. If you want a speed lead, you could do Chiwu, like for the strip, right? Like you could pick Chiwu for one of the speed leads. I think you gotta go for like something like that. Hey Evan, I'm Sean W on chat. Can I get help with arena defense and RTA? Yeah, let me take a peek after this. Yeah, I would definitely do something that's like Chiwu first, Chiwu Yanhong, then like Tomoe Layla, and then like maybe Savannah, or like a 5th pick can kind of be a flex. Like I think that last pick is kind of flexible, but like basically what you have in spades there is like you have a lot of strip, you have double speed lead, and you've got payoff, right? And you have sustain through Yanhong, right? She's sustain and she's attack bar boost. So I think for you, I think you probably should go for something that's like a crowd control type or like debuff heavy comp. I think it'd be a missed opportunity to not, especially because you have Layla. What about runes on Chiwu? You want him on Swift generally. Like you want him to start, but speed tuning is really important. Like you don't want a huge gap, but you do want him to start. Let me jump back real quick. Arena defense. Let's look. Oh, dude, this is so good. I love how annoying this is. I really like this, actually. I wouldn't change this too much. The only thing that I would say maybe doesn't quite fit would be Vanessa, like in a weird way. There's an opportunity here to do something where it's even more annoying. Like you could do like a big HP lead in the front, or what you could also do is you could try to like bring something to actually do some pretty serious damage. I think Manon is your primary damage dealer here, but like, yeah, there's definitely an opportunity to maybe put something annoying in there for that lead slot, because you've already got 3 means of like death prevention, right? You've got the Vanessa, you have the Abellio, you've got the Triana, and then you also have the Manon who's like kind of cutting in. You could lean into that whole Manon thing. I don't know if you've got Molly or like Jing. I also really like Rakan on defense. Just throwing that out there. Like Rakan on defense is kind of fun. But if you put him in, you're missing a lead if you're putting him instead of Vanessa. So like I wouldn't change out Vanessa unless you're swapping to something like a Karnal for that big leader skill, and he's got a little crowd control. I think that's probably the only thing. Like chat, I'd love to hear your opinions on this too. Like if anybody thinks that there might be a better option, we can talk. But like I think since you've got Karnal, you should probably take the HP. I wonder how many people Evan has helped in total. Whoa, I've never thought about that. Oh, and you do have a Molly. This monster seems so cool. Vritra seems like such a cool monster. I played against it in RTA, and Michael got it semi-recently too. Yeah, I think Karnal over Vanessa. That's my thing. So I would say Karnal over Vanessa, especially because we're not using the speed lead. You know, she's really just there as another means of like death prevention, and we already have so much of that. So instead, if you run Karnal, take that HP lead, now you're all of a sudden surviving potential snipes, surviving cleaves easier. Like I think this is really solid. As far as your RTA team goes, I'm a huge fan of first picking Vanessa this season. Like I love first picking Vanessa. And then I personally follow up with like Etna, just because I find that she's like really flexible. I don't know if you have an Etna. Let me just see. Oh my God, you've got Isis. We could go like Vanessa Verisa. Like we could do something where it's like speed lead, double strip, Isis, and oh, we could. That's it, dude. Vanessa and whatever what was the second monster I said? I feel like I said a second monster there. Vanessa Verisa, Tomoe, and then like Shizuka and Isis. Like that's actually kind of nuts. Maybe that's what you're already doing. I'd love to know what comp you're already running, but to me, that's actually a pretty solid start. Of course, you could always like substitute something in, like if you don't feel like running Verisa for whatever reason, and you could do Chiwu instead for get the speed lead there, and then you don't necessarily need to pick Tomoe. You could do like a Sekhmet in her. I like Tomoe, to be honest, because she spreads the debuffs. But like I find that Tomoe plus Shizuka plus Isis, like what the heck, dude? Like that's crazy. Like, excuse my language, but what is that junk? Like, that's insane. You also like Vanessa and Chandra? Do they have a Chandra? I just got Chandra. I'd love to do that. I don't see a Chandra here. If you wanted to bruise instead, we could talk about something where you like bring Minato. But to me, I think that comp, like that LD5 also really just like assembles a really fun, that's a fun build around. Isis is a cool build around for RTA. And I would experiment with other strip options too, like this, like the Robo as well. Yeah, I think that's probably the way that I would personally go. Like I would do something that's more like double strip, at least 2 speed leads, double strip into like Isis, Shizuka, you know, and Tomoe. I think that's probably it. Oh, Bane says, did you see my team suggestions? I did not see your team. Chiwu can be sub for another speed lead like Vanessa, since strips are doubled down. Exactly, there, that's perfect. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for hanging out. I know we didn't get a ton of time to hang out in the Challenge of Ascension, but I actually really like the way the stream played out. I hope you guys had fun. I had a blast. If you're watching on Twitch, stay around because we're going to raid somebody at the end of this. Also, stay tuned to the YouTube channel because we have a new video coming out later today and on Friday. And the last announcement is just that the Summoners Festival, again, this weekend. May 18th and 19th. So you can use Command Festival to register, or you can check out the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. For new players. She also gives attack buff, which is so relevant. Lauren can also be used in raids as a source of slow and defense break. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Spectra, specifically Second Awakened Spectra, who's the Fire Griffin. You can use Spectra in Dragons. I've seen people force Spectra in Giants. You can use them in TOA, or frankly, anywhere that you need max HP scaling damage. The slow and attack bar pushback is also very valuable. Next, Vertihile the Fire Vampire. Thank John come to us, this dude is fusible now. When I started playing the game, Verd was not fusible. I got him through summoning stones, which are now exclusive summons. It'd be easier to talk about where Verd can't be used, to be honest. Like, you can rune him on Triple Revenge or Swift in RTA, you can use